got this whole game yard to play. That's why they put them underground. They are loud. And who says you didn't want to go? And they gave them free drinks for their first time. Romeo gets. The 6th graders with the 7th graders and 8th graders. So Romeo's over here. There he is. Or wait, where'd he go? He's there. There he is. They're going to play dodgeball. I'm going to stay for the first service. Dodgeball. There they are. It's hard to see. I'm going to go around the pole. Students against the leaders. Students against leaders, and then they'll have the little sermon service. They just get them wound up so they can sit down and relax and listen.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Leaders can start with the balls.
It lasts a couple hours, so they're already loving it. I don't know where the boys are. They're in there somewhere. I was surprised. Well, there's quite a few, but they have 4 services, so they divide up all the kids in 4 different services. We were going to go last night, but we went to the roller rink.
She also said that. I'm a leader in Velocity, which is our high school group, so in a few years, or maybe next year, some of you guys and I are going to become friends, whether you like it or not. I just love coming to Rustproof and being able to share stories and get to hang out with you guys and get hit by dodgeballs. The girls put up a valiant effort. Am I right, girls? Yeah, our enthusiasm was matched by our ability. But enough about me. Let's get started, because basically what I'm about to share today is something that changed my life, and I don't want to waste anybody's time and beat around the bush. I really want to share it with you because once I grasped this thing today that I'm sharing, it changed my entire life, and I hope that you guys don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. And like I said, we're going into a series called If You're Happy You Know It. I heard you guys clapping. I love it. Please don't do it now. But today we are going to be looking at what does it take to be happy? Or where does our happiness come from? Because a lot of our life goals are kind of just like, I don't know what I want to do, but I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy, guys. All right, so what does that take? Where does our happiness come from? How should we be gauging it? And it looks like a lot of times in our lives, our happiness comes from our happenings. And today we're just going to kind of dive in and like discover and research, not research, that sounds super boring, it's not research. But we're going to look at, is that better? Okay, we're going to look at if that's actually the right way to gauge happiness. Should we be basing our happiness on our happenings? Or should it be something else? I think that you guys know what I'm talking about here, because so often we base our happiness on our happenings. For instance, who likes Call of Duty? I love when the girls raise their hands. You guys are awesome. You guys can also, feel free to have energy. I love energy, as you can tell. So, when you're playing Call of Duty, for those of you that like it, when you're the one that's beating your friends, or maybe any video game, if you're the one that's like killing them and your friends are like, I pretty much hate my friend, you guys are dying. You feel great, am I right? Yeah. Exactly. You feel awesome, you're pretty happy. Who likes One Direction? There's always a screamer, always. If your parents bought
Shane in green. I can't find Romeo.
If your parents bought you One Direction tickets, would you be happy? Yeah. Boys would not. We already went into that. Okay. How about this? What if the guy or the girl that you liked you back? Ooh. Would you be happy? What if you've been working at something for a really long time? What if you've been studying for a test? Or what if you've been training for an event? Or what if you've been, it's the big game, it's like the championships. And you get there and you're like an MVP, or you do your personal best, or you get an A. Would you be happy? Yeah, you'd be happy. You'd be super happy.
They say it's smaller because
So often we
40
base our
of
happiness
the
on
kids
things
are in
that
West
happen. But
Virginia
what happens
on vacation.
when it's the
The
opposite?
groups, what do you use?
What happens if you're the one that's being destroyed when you're playing video games with your friends? Are you very happy? What happens if One Direction breaks up? The rest of all the boys are like, praise the Lord, now I believe. What happens if somebody forgets that you even exist? Like, what happens if grandma doesn't send you any money on your birthday, but she forgets that you've ever been there? Would you be happy? No. Would you be happy? Like, what happens if you get to a sporting event that you've been training for, it's time to take the big test, you put all this work into it, and you fail? Would you be very happy? No. Because so often, the things that make us happy are the good things. But when the bad things happen, we're not very happy. So I have a quick poll for you guys, okay? I need you to basically tell me if the following things suck. Alright? Super simple. Alright. Getting a flat tire, does that suck? It sucks. What if your grandparent is sick and you have to take care of them? Does that suck? What happens if you know how to do something and you've been doing it a long time and then all of a sudden somebody comes in and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing it wrong. You should do it this way. You should do it this way. Does that suck? Yeah, I agree. What happens if you train for something, like you had a big event or something, and then you fail in front of everybody? Does that suck?
He's right in the very front.
And oh my gosh, could you imagine if
Romeo is, that's why I went to go ask Shane.
Do you think, would they be miserable? Like, would they be absolutely miserable, you think? Yeah, it sounds like it. Can I be really honest with you for a second? Yeah. All those things have happened to me in the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, every single one of those, true story. Yeah, I ran a race and I sucked in front of everybody. All of those things actually happened to me. Your family, your parents still being married or not, doesn't come from that stuff. Until you understand that, you're going to continue to feel the way that you are. If you're anything like me, until I figured this out, I kept on trying to do all of these things, and sometimes I'd be successful, and then it would go away. My happiness would fade. Or sometimes when I really sucked, because I'm just like you, I mean, I mess up too, probably mess up more than you, but that's not the point. When I would mess up, I'd be so miserable. And so my happiness was always shaking, and I always felt empty, and I always felt like robbed. Like, why isn't my happiness sticking around? is because I finally understood that all those other things, they fall away. All those other things will shake and move. You're not gonna always have a good day, but you're gonna always have a good God. Because your true happiness only will come from Christ. And today we're gonna dive into just some more about being happy. We're gonna go into the Beatitudes. It's in Matthew 5, 6, and 7. If you've never heard of the Bible, you've never heard of Jesus, Jesus is God's son. He's the only perfect one that ever lived. And he is freaking awesome. And I just want to share with what he said to us. So what I'm going to read, it's kind of lengthy, so you're going to want to pay attention, stop playing on your phone or chitter-chattering with your friends, and just check it out. Because what I'm about to share with you is Jesus speaking to us. And Jesus is awesome, so we should listen to what he says, because he is not an idiot. So just putting it out there. All right, so stay with me here. You've already said that prayer, maybe you've already thought that, maybe you've already asked God to be a part of your life, you've just been kind of missing it lately. You've been all over the place, you've been putting your happiness in everything, and all you have to say is, God, I'm sorry, I've really been off the path. I've really just been putting my faith in all of the wrong things and trying to be happy from other things. And God, I just want to come home. I just want you to be all I've got. Guys, you can look back up at me. If you prayed either of those things, there are cards up here on the stage and also on that back table. Please let us know. It's not because I'm going to Facebook stalk you. I don't have time for that. It's because we want to help you, because we want you to grow in your relationship with Christ. I had to grow in my relationship. Once I finally realized he was all I've got, I still grow. And we want to help you with that. So just check off the box if this is the first time that you ever let us know. Just say, I accepted Christ for the first time. If you decided to come back after you've been kind of putting your faith in all the right things and your happiness in all the wrong things, check the box that says, I recommitted my life. You can give them to your leader, you can give them to me, or the wood boxes in the back. Just put them in there. We want to help you. We're not going to stalk you, but you just made the best decision of your life. That decision was the best decision I've ever made in my life when I finally realized he's all I've got. Beyond that, you want to grow in your relationship with Christ. Just like if you meet somebody who you really think is awesome and you want to be their friend, you're not going to look at them and be like, oh my gosh, I just met you, you're awesome, I really like you. I'm never going to talk to you again. Bye. You're not going to do that. You're going to be like, I want to hang out with you all the time. I think you're awesome. Like, can we hang out later? Can we do this? Can we do that? The same applies to Christ. He's our friend. He's not some God in the sky only. He is our friend. So maybe the next step for you, maybe you need to set a reminder on your phone to pray at 3 o'clock for 10 minutes. Like, just to pray and talk to him. You just heard me talk to him. I didn't use fancy language. It's just like talking to a friend. Or maybe you just need to find some good friends.
Come on. Awesome. I can tell you that God just smiled the biggest smile in the whole world because of you guys. So there's no small groups today, unfortunately. Sad faces. No small groups today, but service upstairs is not out yet, so we're just gonna hang out for a little bit in the underground, hang out, grow in our relationships with each other, and just have a lot of fun. But stay down here, and we'll dismiss you when it's time to go.
Yeah, what was the lesson? You don't know what the lesson was? Not be happy in material things, but be happy